we continue to progress and get to know another extension of the exercise. Not only can you keep the teacher's image before your physical or mental eye, you can also internalize it and take it into your heart. This is the first step on the path of the heart. The image of the Master impressed upon the heart will not grow dim and at any hour will be ready to help. This path of the heart is the most ancient, but it requires a considerable expansion of consciousness. One should not speak of the heart from the very first conversation, for then one may overburden it aimlessly. It is likewise aimless to speak of love if the heart does not yet contain the image of the Master. But the hour strikes when one must indicate the power of the heart. I advise addressing oneself to the heart, not only because the image of the Master is already close, but for cosmic reasons. It is easier to cross an abyss if the link with the Master is strong. Only the path via the heart gradually leads to a real connection with the teacher. It should be remembered that the link with hierarchy is stronger than armor. By what means did many warriors and leaders escape direct danger? Precisely through the link with the highest ones. The manifestation of such a bond demands the constant retention of the image of the Master in one's heart. Follow this path through many incarnations, and you will eventually gain access to your Master. Are there many who can have direct access to such a teacher? This does not mean that the teacher is inaccessible. No, verily, he is the closest. But this closeness cannot be endured by all. It is revealed without harm only to him who has carried the image of the teacher for many centuries in the innermost recesses of his heart. Without this age-old accumulation and the established magnetic link, it is difficult to absorb the rays that are sent by the invisible teacher. Let yourself be guided and protected by the picture within you. Let the sacred image, guarded in the heart, serve as a guidepost. If the image of the teacher lives in our hearts, how can we worry about tomorrow? Finally, you may take not only the portrait, but the teacher himself into your heart. How should I imagine that? Well, are you not carrying your beloved one, your parents, children and friends, or your native village in your heart? Now let your supratemporal father move in there. Learn how to guard the thread with the teacher and to fill the heart with the Master. Let the Master enter your heart. Without the Master, it will be narrow in the empty heart. Let the Master live in the heart. Let him become as inalienable as the heart itself. Let the name of the Master be inhaled and exhaled with each breath. Let each rhythm of labor resound with the name of the Master. What does that mean exactly? Ponder the words, the instructions, and the example of the life of your hero constantly in your heart. Fill your heart with love for the teacher. May the mantra, "I love you, Father," continuously occupy your mind. You carry that in your heart, which to you is most important in the world. The heart of every man is attached to something. Your real treasure is that what you have truly made your own and preserve unwaveringly in your innermost being. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Everyone has a center of life around which everything else revolves. One has taken into his heart a sweetheart, Mammon, the grandchildren, or a pet. Another one lives completely in the memory of the good old days, or for an idea, a dream of the future. The heart of a third beats for food or drink. Still another one is wholeheartedly devoted to his football club or his hobby. May the treasure in your heart be the teacher. The realization of higher forces is not taught in schools, nor given from outside, but it lives precisely in the heart, being the very cornerstone of the remembrance of the life in the subtle world. One may say, "Be blessed, you who have preserved in your heart the most beautiful." Stepping before the Master can be experienced only by the heart. Filling the heart with the Master propels each quality of the Spirit. Nothing external replaces the filling of the heart with the Master. If you preserve the teacher firmly within your heart, he will always be close to you, even if he is physically absent or not incarnated at all. After having chosen the Master and the Guru, no retreat is possible. Then you will feel that the Master is not somewhere far off, and that the silvery thread is above you. You have but to stretch out your hand. One should feel the Master and the Guru in the heart. It is not easy to be without the Master. Repeat the name of the Master not only with the lips, but ponder it in your heart, and he will not leave it. Like a stone pressed into a crevice by the mountain waters. We say cor regale when the Master of the heart enters into the predestined chamber. One should shield oneself by the Master. This is the way to success. We should learn to act independently, but should remember that success comes only if the heart is filled with the Master. Verily, such a heart sparkles like a sword of light. It flames, succours, and sustains. Thus I advise to strive with all the forces of spirit in order to surround the heart with armor. Imbued with His Spirit, you are forearmed and need not fear anything or anyone. To those who are seized with fear, say that when the Master lives within the heart, no hair will fall from one's head. How is the entrance upon the path of service defined? Certainly the first sign will be renunciation of the past and full striving to the future. The second sign will be the realization of the teacher within one's heart, not because it is necessary thus, but because it is impossible otherwise. The third sign will be the rejection of fear, for being armed by the Master, one is invulnerable. Through this heart connection, you are attached to the hierarchy. Like your possessions, you may also transfer your heartship to the higher levels of the hierarchy and thereby relieve yourself. If you feel an unbearable anguish of the heart, transfer it mentally to the Master. Thus you may join your heart with the inexhaustible source, hierarchy. The adherence of the heart to hierarchy is a continuous action. In case of need, one may even orally address the Master. Upon all steps of hierarchy, there is the same transmission and communion. And how majestic is this ladder of immeasurable help! How should I proceed in practice? Let the teacher enter your heart in meditation in the morning. Then, throughout the day, be vigilant so that nothing can drive him out of there. Fill your heart with the Master so fully that no enemy can enter it. You can carry your teacher within your heart always and everywhere, especially during the everyday labor. He who in his labor hopes to bring the best efforts for the good of humanity must take the Master into his heart. A high degree of concentration and watchfulness is required in order to maintain this state of the mind unimpaired. Each one can try to strive to his teacher, but he must strive so intently that he forgets all surroundings. We do advise the easy way to escape the earthly labyrinth. It is contained in the striving of the heart to us. Let this striving be silent. Let the heart give its sign. All of us have known such striving, and we can say, the more striving, the better. Above all, you have to keep your heart pure. A teacher cannot live in a dirty room. Preserve your heart in purity, in order that I may enter there and surround you with armor. With impure thoughts, feelings, words, or actions, you yourself expel the master from within you. The Bible describes the connection with the invisible teacher as follows. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Here is a hymn from Johann Sebastian Bach's St. Matthew Passion, which you might hum over and over again because of the beauty of its melody and the wisdom of its words.
Ich will Jesus selbst begraben, ich will Jesus selbst begraben.